Hi, this is Ian Troy once again from the track right here in Parisi Speed School at Define Fitness with Heather Joe Clark. Heather, thanks for having such an easy name to pronounce.
No problem.
I didn't have any L's to roll or any.
Yeah, it's kind of like a farmer's name, but I'm from Los Angeles, California, so I don't know. It's just one of those easy names. I'm lucky.
So Los Angeles, California, how did you find your way to Albuquerque?
I actually started training MMA out in LA, and I just started pretty much to just get back into shape, and I started kickboxing, and then I started doing a little jiu-jitsu. And one of my coaches out there came out to train Rashad Evans for one of his fights.
Okay.
And I kind of researched Jackson's. That was the first time I'd ever heard of it, not knowing very much even about MMA. And I saw that they had girls here, and I had no girls in LA. So I was excited to come out here and kind of see where I was at. I had only been training about 4 months, and so I just kind of wanted to see what it was like to kind of be hit by a girl and not, you know, because the guys, I don't know if they took it easy on me. Some did, I'm sure some others didn't. But so I came out and I loved it. I spent 2 weeks living at the dorms, at the gym, upstairs, and then I moved out about a month later. So I've been here about 13, 14 months.
What kind of experience is that? You know, I've been down there to Jackson's a couple times and seen these groggy kids coming down. What kind of experience is that living in the gym?
Well, living there was kind of crazy because it was like, you know, constant hearing the bells ringing, hearing it, but it was really nice because it's like, it was just immersing myself completely in it. And I was training, you know, 2 to 3 times a day, you know, with not having any of the altitude, you know, in LA we're at sea level. So it was definitely, I was cramping up a little bit here and there. And we even did a hike up to the crest, which is 1,300 or 13,000 feet or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds, yeah.
So I had some cramping up there as well, but it just was awesome. I really loved the team environment, the coaching. Jackson and Winklejohn were just amazing, along with, you know, Chris Luttrell and some of the other coaches that we had there at the time. They sold it to me. Now
it sounds like it was a great big experiment. Let's come to Albuquerque. Let's see where I'm at and where I fit in. Where do you feel you fit in?
I came and I was accepted right away with the girls, with Julie Kedzie, Michelle Watterson, Holly Holm, Noemi, Dennison. They all, you know, had a lot more experience than me, but they didn't take it easy on me, but they didn't, like, you know, push me away either. They really accepted me and pushed me to get better. So when I go into a fight, it's like, I'm like, you know, this isn't gonna be Holly Holm hitting me or Julie Kedzie or Michelle, like, there's no way. And so they've given me so much confidence every time that I've been in the cage once. But anytime I spar anywhere or do anything, I'm constantly reminded that, you know, at this level that I'm at now, I'm not going to be facing opponents at that level.
Right.
So they, you know.
At what point did you know, at what point did you realize, you know, hey, I can hang with these girls and this is something that I want to do?
Pretty much right away before I moved here. You know, when the first 2 weeks, I towards the end, well, I was supposed to stay a week. And so I extended it for another week. And at the end of that week, I kind of started debating it and realizing, you know, if this is something that I wanted to do, why not be at the best gym in the world? Exactly. Why not train with the best people? And just New Mexico is really great for just, you know, focusing. It keeps me away from being distracted and all the things in LA that can go on and stuff. So plus the altitude training and can't hurt.
I tell everybody, you know, that this is this mixed martial arts lifestyle. Even though I don't train, it's a definite change in lifestyle. And, you know, talk to me about the difference between being an LA girl and then deciding to immerse yourself into the lifestyle. What's the difference? Well,
I actually grew up playing ice hockey.
Okay.
So I played Division I in college for a couple of years, and then I played pro in Canada and in Switzerland. So I've had times in my life where I was completely surrounded by athletes and professional sports and training, you know, with professional football players and wrestlers and stuff like that. So I've had my lifestyle where it was like wake up, train, wake up, you know, nap, train. It is a totally different training than I've ever done. So it took a little bit to get used to, but there's never a time where I question, like, what am I doing? You know, it's just, I love it. I love the challenge of the mind, the body, the spirit, everything that MMA brings. People have asked me questions like, what's the worst part about it, or what do you hate about it the most? And I always say cutting weight, because I love to eat and I don't want to, like, give up you know, chocolate and stuff like that. And I don't cut that much even, so.
That's probably universally at weigh-ins. It's just a bunch of cranky fighters holding this Pedialyte saying, when can I drink my Pedialyte?
Yeah, when you can't drink, you know, last time on the plane over to my fight, I hadn't drank, you know, in about 18 hours. And my boyfriend spilled his water on me while I was sleeping. And it was just like, you can't drink anything and it's all over you, right? But yeah, you know.
That's Diego. He's a feisty one. That's funny. Now, I want to ask you about your fight career. I'm ignorant. I don't know. How many fights have you had?
I have one pro fight, and I didn't do any amateur MMA fights. I had one kickboxing smoker that I TK'd the girl in a minute and a half, I think.
Wow.
So that was fun. But my pro boxing fight I actually lost by a decision. It was a Victory Fighting Championship in Council Bluffs, Iowa. Okay. And it was against Karina Hallinan. And she's actually just moved to New Mexico and is going to be on our card.
She's also on our card?
Yeah. So now we're friends, and we just did a reality show together as well. And, you know, so it's nice. She's actually dropping in weight to 115, so there won't be any rematches or anything, especially I guess she's at our school. But it was a good fight. It was actually standing all 3 rounds, went the distance, obviously, for the decision. And I think, you know, the first 10 seconds, my first right hand opened up her eye. And I think I was just kind of like knockout happy. Like I really saw that I was going to be able to maybe get that knockout. And so, you know, the experience probably it was on her side. That was her 4th pro fight. She had like 4 or 5 amateur fights and stuff. So she had more experience than me. And I think that definitely showed. But I think I did pretty good.
So this reality show, talk to me about it. Tell me about it. What's it named?
It's called Ultimate Women Challenge, and it's you can go to the website, it's just ultimatewomenchallenge.com, and it's going to be on an NBC affiliate station. Not sure the air date quite yet, but it was 16 girls, 2 weight classes, 125, 135, all living in a house together. Wow. Crazy challenges involved, different kinds of challenges that they put us through to test our mind, you know, and our bodies and spirits as well, kind of fear factor, not fear factor kind of stuff, but you know, some fear involved.
Right.
And yeah, it was it was an interesting experience. So.
Well, I won't try to pick anything out of you, anything else, but please keep us posted and try to let me know when it will air.
Sure.
I just tripped on my words. But yeah, let me know when it'll air so we can all watch it. Now let's wrap it back around and talk about Evolution. What do you know about your opponent on the Evolution fight card?
You know what? I've looked at her record a couple different websites, and I've gotten like 0-1, 0-2, and 1-2. So I'm gonna go with 1-2. But I don't really know much about her. I know she comes from Wyoming. However, I've seen also that she maybe trains in Denver. So I'm not really sure. I've seen one fight online that was about a minute and a half, and she got armbarred. And she looks pretty tough, I guess. She looks like she's a little bit of a brawler, but you know, like I said, she's no Julie Kedzie or Holly Holm or Michelle Waterston, so.
Confidence level with Heather is not lacking. So what can the fans in Clovis, New Mexico, what can say somebody who's never seen a female fight or female fighter expect to see when you walk into the cage in Clovis? You
know what, they're gonna see fists going, passion, just constant, nonstop motion. You know, girls go in there and we're just as technical. We train just as hard as the guys. We train with the guys, so it's not any different.
You're more flexible, so that takes some of the things away. I've seen girls that guys' arms would be popping, and this girl's arm is just, oh, it's no problem. I'm okay.
Right, definitely. Or you know, with the legs being over. There's definitely different elements to it. You know, whenever I've seen women fight in the past and being, you know, on the outside, you have the whole crowd up and going and just like rooting for them, because it's just, you know, it takes a certain kind of woman to be able to get in there and bang with these little gloves, especially, you know, so.
Right, I'm looking forward to it. I know that the fans in Clovis are looking for it. Heather, thank you for taking the time to introduce yourself to our fans. We really appreciate it. Do you have a few minutes to hit the bag for us?
Absolutely.
Cool.